Okay, so we're here with McCrory at Wembley Stadium. We've just had the weigh-in for Return of the Saint, George Groves versus Christopher Rebrasse. What did you make of the look of them both going into tomorrow's fight?
I think both of them look good. It's good to see that Rebrasse is in very, very good shape. He's the champion, and it's a big fight for him. And I'm sure, for France as a country, they're not doing great in the boxing. They haven't professionally for a few years. He's flying the flag for France, so it's a big opportunity for him to get himself into a world title fight. So he's come here prepared. George Groves looked wonderfully well, and it's good to see that the fan base is still there. He's still exciting the fans, and they come out in numbers. And if anybody can shoot the drummer, we will.
No, definitely. And do you think this is a way for George Groves to get rid of those demons? Of course, that fight against Carl Froch here at Wembley in May.
I don't really think George is the sort of character that gets demons. He's been stopped in the amateurs and had a very successful amateur career. And then he's been stopped in the professionals twice of Carl Froch at the very highest level. So I don't think, if I'm honest, it was, if you'd asked me a year and a half ago if George Groves should be fighting Carl Froch, I'd have said no, it's too early. He took the opportunity, he took it with both hands. He didn't win, but I think he's learned a lot for it. He's not the sort of person that will be disappointed. He's the sort of person that will move on, learn from it, and go on to better things.
No, definitely. And of course, the winner of this is mandatory for the WBC title, which Anthony Durrell holds. How do you see George possibly faring against Anthony if George comes through this?
Well, I think George, first of all, I know he'll be concentrating on this fight and not thinking about Durrell, but Durrell doesn't seem, he's already trying to make excuses, saying George is not worthy of a title fight, which tells me there's maybe a little, something worrisome. He would have also seen the first Carl Froch fight where George came within a hair's breadth of dethroning Froch, so he knows he's a very dangerous opponent. So I don't think the signs already are pointing that Durrell doesn't want to fight, which is good for George.
Definitely. And the fight next week involving Paul Smith and Arthur Abraham over in Germany. How do you see that one going?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that Paul Smith is getting the opportunity to get a world title fight. It's every fighter's dream to get that opportunity. He's very fortunate to get that opportunity, if I'm honest. But he's got it, and I think good luck to him. He's been a good pro. He's a great guy, and I hope he does well. He's got a marvelous opportunity because Abraham is obviously the weak link in the super middleweight division. So, fortune favours the brave, and he's got that opportunity. So if he goes in believing, he's got something of a chance. It's obviously a big test. So hopefully he'll fortune will look his side, and he'll get a good result. But it's going to be tough.
And one of your colleagues at Sky, Johnny Nelson, being linked with a comeback fight against Marco Huck. How do you see what's the latest on that?
I think it's called midlife crisis, Johnny. No, I think Johnny. It's one of those things. Johnny would have said a few years ago, if I'd said that to him when I was challenging him, one of the numerous times I've asked him to fight. But if I said that to him, Johnny would have said, no, I'm finished, I'm done. But it happens to every fighter, I'm afraid, and we've seen time and time again. It's called, getting older, and Johnny's got to come through that. He's going to have to train up to world class, and I think he might find that that's the reality is that 5 years ago he retired for a reason, and that's the reason. He had a great career, and there's no reason for him to prove anything to anybody. But we all have to go through that sort of stage of trying. There's nothing wrong with that. And if he does do it, I wish him the very best of luck.
And can we see you back in the ring anytime soon?
If Johnny wins, I am #1 challenger, guaranteed.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much, Dave.